year you guys were the youngest line, the least experienced line in the country, and now everybody's back. What's been like this camp?
Yeah, it's been good. Getting with the guys, getting rotations in. Just working with different guys and just building that chemistry because that's so critical at the offensive line position. So I think having that is just getting those reps in team periods and individual periods. When we're just working with the D-line, just getting those reps is really going to make us a more cohesive unit. I think especially, not just getting those reps, but making the most of those reps and going hard and being able to call each other up and correct each other, say, hey, I need more from you on this play. And I expect them to do the same thing for me. So I think that's something we got a really selfless unit. And guys, if they want to get better, they're going to have to be willing to, be called up by their teammates. So I think we're building that. We're all becoming a lot more selfless and being able to hold each other a lot more accountable than we did last year. And just going out there with confidence.
Does it feel different than last year at this time?
Yeah, definitely. Last year we had no fall camp really. So I think just getting to fall camp, you love football and you love to do it. So practicing and getting to practice in August is always a great time. That's always when your team improves the most, and that's where you find out the most about each other is when it's hot outside and you got to go consecutive days in a row. That's when you find the most out about people and who really loves football. So we got a group that loves football.
And I know last year was a strange year to begin with, just with the COVID and the delayed and the postponement and all that stuff. But did you guys feel a lot of pressure as a unit to replace that group that was here in 2019?
Yeah, that's always on your mind is holding up the standard that they really set for Oregon football offensive line. So the group before us trying to live up to that standard is. I'm not trying to be the next Jake Hansen. I'm not trying to be the next Shane Lemieux. I'm trying to be the best version of myself. But they set a standard of where what it looks like on film, and so you gotta chase that every day. So we know we're not there yet, but we're striving to achieve that standard on every single play. And this group loves to work, so I'm really excited to continue going on with this camp, improving.
Is that pressure gone this year? Do you guys just feel better together and more cohesive?
No, I think there's always pressure in terms of you create it for yourself. It's if you don't have pressure, I think you kind of get complacent, and that's the worst thing that you could possibly have in really anything. So I think for us, it's always you can never feel like you achieve the standard. There's always more. You may blow a guy off the ball, but hey, my second step didn't get in the ground fast enough, for example, or you may have locked the dude up in pass pro, but hey, I could have replaced my hands sooner. So there's always stuff that you got to look for, and I think just having that mentality of putting the pressure on yourself of like, hey, that's I won that rep, but it's not good enough because if I go against somebody else, who's a little bit better at speed rushing or power rushing, that's not going to work against them, if that makes sense. So yeah. I think just doing that is the biggest deal right now, and just trying to. Live up to that standard. I think that's a big thing that we're trying to do.
Is there anybody in particular that's really stood out this year on the line where you're like, oh my gosh, that guy came back a lot better, or maybe even some of the younger guys that are showing up for the first time?
Yeah, I think a lot of the young guys coming in have done a great job. I think Jackson Powers Johnson's done a great job. I think Kingsley's done a great job. Jonathan Dennis has really stepped up. I think Logan Sagapulu, Faupe. They both made huge improvements from the spring until now. You can just see it in their game, and they're not. You can tell when somebody's thinking before the snap, and then once the snap goes, they're kind of like hesitating. And I think they're kind of do that in the spring, but now they're just flying off the ball, so they know what to do. And the biggest thing for us, Coach Merb always says, is what to do, what to do, how to do it, and why we do it. And if you know those three things, you'll play fast. So I think those guys have all kind of made that jump and are continuing to improve every day. And guys like Ryan Walk, George Moore, TJ, Stevens, all those guys have improved a lot. So I just love playing next to those guys.
All right, thanks, Alex.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Like about a week, Alex.
Hey, what's up?
Good to see you. You've had about a week to kind of take things in.
Yeah.
What's just your initial impressions from a week?
Yeah, there's a group that just, they want to grind. We've had some tough practices. They've really just grinded through it and excelled during practice. And, we're just trying to keep up that mentality, and like I was telling Chris, just chasing the standard that the guys set before us. So I think just trying to chase that every single day. You're not gonna achieve perfection on every rep, and I think that's the beauty of football is you're never gonna fully achieve perfection, but you always strive to get it. So there's always room for improvement. So I think this group is really chasing, is definitely hungry, and they've grinded through these practices. We gotta just keep on going and keep on dominating these practices.
How has the depth impressed you? Because a year ago you guys rotated 6. It seems like a lot of people think you could rotate more this year if you need it.
Yeah. I was just telling Chris as well. A lot of young guys have stepped up. I mentioned Logan, Jackson, Jonathan, Marcus, Fiope, Kingsley. All those guys. They've really stepped up. Improved a lot from the spring until now. Dawson as well. He's a guy who can play every position, literally. So I think those guys. It just helps to have those guys. Being able ready to play, and the biggest thing is position flexibility. Because God forbid one guy goes down, you got to shuffle the line around a little bit. So those guys learning to play different positions is also really critical. I think all those guys have really improved. I'm sure I'm missing some names, but I think the depth from last year until now is tremendously increased for the amount of guys that have the ability to go into the game and that have earned coach's trust. So I'm sure he has the rotation of whatever's going to happen. So I don't know about that, but I know I trust a lot of guys to play next to me. So I'll just say that.
Reading one of Rob's practice reports, I think it sounded like you were at guard a little bit. Is that something where you've moved around, or is that not accurate, or have you moved around a little bit, or what's kind of like that for you?
I've been primarily at center. I mean, coach likes to shuffle us around if somebody, like I said, God forbid, somebody goes down, if I need to slide out to tackle or guard. So I've played a little bit of tackle and guard, but primarily center. So it's been like just a few reps here and there. So he does a good job at making us all. Position flexibility is like a huge thing with him. So, and we really rep that in practice. So that's been it's been good to see guys at different positions too. So
how many guys on the team do you think could play all 5?
Ooh, all 5. I don't want to
at least just tackle, guard, center. How many?
I don't want to brag, but I think myself, Dawson, Jonathan Dennis. I think Jackson can play guard and center. I think you could probably swing him out to tackle too. So I think probably those guys. Probably
still impressive.
Yeah, no, yeah. I think probably all those guys could swing out from tackle all the way through center. So
especially as a true freshman to hear that. That's really impressive.
Yeah. No, I mean you gotta wherever the coach is gonna put you, you gotta say yes, coach, and just roll. So I've been there before too. So it's Jackson's done a great job. Jonathan's done a great job. And Dawson too. All just playing whatever coach tells him to play. Hey, we need to play tackle. Okay, I'm gonna go out to tackle. Hey, we need to play guard. Okay, I'll play guard, and then the next rack I'll play center. So it's like there's a lot of position flexibility, and the best part about watching those guys is there's really not a whole lot of drop off in their game when you see JD go from center to tackle, or from center to guard, or Dawson go from center to guard to tackle. There's not a whole lot of drop off. It's pretty much they have a lot of success at all 3 of those positions. So that's really cool to see for me, and cool to see Coach Mirabald's technique and everything paying off.